So, hello everyone. We are here with another lovely episode of CoT Versus. Me and Bromms here yet again.
Hello.
In our lovely custom CoT arena, going for something different today. We are going for engineer versus engineer, which, yeah, that sums it up.
Yep.
Now, I'm not to say that engineers aren't good, because they do have certain niches that they can fill fairly well, and I'm not sure. I know certain engineers can be just annoying in PvP and really good at holding points. And definitely they can be fun for running around World v World. You know, 1500 range grenades on a wall in World versus World is great. But, yeah, there was an old build I was using a version of it. They used to call it 100 nades, which was just, you'd use the rifle to, you know, to immobilize somebody, and then throw, like, do the F skill for the grenades, where it throws all the grenades and throw them and, like, dodge into it, so it would leave the bomb, and then they'd all go off at the same time.
Yeah.
Do a bunch of damage. But, that's neither here nor there. We don't know what each other's builds are right now, so we're gonna go Engi versus Engi. Maybe do, I guess we'll do a 2 out of 3, and then we'll explain our build, and if we're gonna tweak anything, and then maybe give it one more go, and we'll finish this up.
Cool.
We'll see. So, are you ready?
I am.
Okay. Then I guess let's go.
All right.
I can't see. Here they are. You'll have to hit much harder.
Seems like we have the exact same build.
Yeah. Well, this is like the best
You'll be doing that.
whatever skill, elite skill that for Engi is, at least in my opinion. So.
I mean, are you using a flamethrower?
Yeah.
So am I.
Give up yet?
This is my build that I was using on PvE when I used to play engineer before I switched. Oh, they changed it! You used to be able to put down med packs when you were in the elixir form, but I guess you can't anymore.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Engis have the most annoying downstairs.
Alright.
Right.
Yeah, seems like we were using almost the exact same build.
Pretty close, I think.
Yeah, I thought I would be different. And be like, I'm gonna be different because I'm gonna use a flamethrower build. Because normally in PvP you see a lot of dual pistol builds that are using HGH, or, you know, you see bomb builds are pretty popular.
Yeah, bomb builds are the ones I see the most. They're good too, though.
Yeah. So, you know, especially good for holding anything where you're going to be stationary, holding a point. You know, being able to just throw down a bunch of bombs. So, you know.
Yeah.
Flamethrowers are fun, and they have their place in PvP, but due to retaliation, you can kill yourself pretty quick.
Yes.
You know, you run into a guardian with decent, you know, decent retaliation, and, you know, all those ticks that you're gonna get from the flamethrower are just you're gonna murder yourself.
They also didn't used to do that much damage, really. It seems like they've improved it a little bit, but yeah, Flamethrowers used to be not so good. I don't know how they are now, but
Well, I take it you're using Juggernaut as well.
yes.
So we both have boosted toughness and at least 6 to 7 might stacks, it seems,
Right.
from running Flamethrower. So, are you ready to go for round 2 for this?
Yes, I am.
Alright, me too. Let's do it.
Fast as the wind. Fury rising. I now run a centaur.
It's definitely an interesting setup we have going on here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's not my medkit. Crap.
Come on. Oh, no.
Your turret's there, though, so it's not gonna matter.
Was that my flame turret?
Yeah, it's... Oh, no, it's... Yeah,
Is
it's
it
not.
yours?
Back at it.
Haha! Alright. So, that was 2 out of 3
Yeah.
with that. So, let's talk builds. Because we're obviously, you know, this is something we've kind of neglect. We always say we're going to do, and we kind of, I feel like we neglect it a lot. Just because we end up having too much fun beating the crap out of each other.
Right.
So, you're using pistol shield, I'm using rifle. A little bit different.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
pistol shield is my favorite Engi weapon set as far as main weapons go.
Yeah, and you know, it might even be a better call. I like rifle, and it has some usefulness, like especially like you can shoot out the 2 skill, which is the immobilize, to then allow yourself, if you want, to drop your supply crate so they can't move out of it.
Yeah.
Which, and you know, you can use the 5 skill to kind of close the gap a little bit. But you know, your flamethrower picks up the sigil that your weapon has, and if you're using 2 weapons, you get 2 sigils.
Right.
So that's actually might even be a better call for flamethrower.
I also like the magnetic shield as a blast finisher if you pop it, which is really good.
Okay.
And yeah, it's really conditiony, even though I'm not really running a condition build. But yeah, I like it quite a bit.
All right. And were you using the healing turret for your heal?
No, I use medkits, but I noticed they changed it. It used to be where you could use Elixir S, which was the one that shrinks you down and makes you invulnerable.
Mm-hmm.
And you were able to throw out med packs while you were in that form, and you can't do that anymore. So that's actually really significant.
Yeah.
Because I just use the med packs to heal as I'm running around,
Right.
and then
yeah.
it has a heal on your F1, but yeah, it didn't seem to work as well as it used to.
And then obviously we're both using flamethrower and supply crate.
Yeah.
What are you running for your other 2 utilities?
I'm running Elixir S and the Elixir Gun.
Okay.
Elixir Gun used to have a really good heal on it. That's actually changed a lot too. But yeah, that is a kind of a pulse heal. It's a light field though instead of a water field, which is kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
But yeah, it pulses healing, and it used to do condition removal, but I don't think it does anymore. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Elixir Gun quite a bit.
All right. I went for a little bit from a build that I saw that's basically called Trogdor. The whole point of this build is to just burninate the pits. Yes. So it's a flamethrower, a flame turret, and rocket boots. Because the flame turret obviously does burning, and your F3 skill with your flamethrower is, or with your flame turret is throw a ball of napalm, and the tool belt skill for the rocket boots is a kick that does burning. So all of my things have a way to cause burning, basically.
Nice.
So let's talk let's talk runes.
For runes, I used Dwayna because I have a decent chunk of healing on this build.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, I got increased healing, increased regen. And then whenever I use a healing skill, which is the bandages, basically whenever I switch to the bandages, I get regen from that also.
That's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm running 2 runes of the Forge, which is plus 25 toughness, plus 15% burn duration. 2 runes of Balthazar, plus 25 power, plus 15% burn duration. And 2 runes of Balefire, plus 25 power, plus 15% burn duration.
Wow.
So that's 45% burn duration from my runes. Again, for burninating the peasants.
Right.
Um,
That's awesome.
what about your sigil?
For sigils, I'm using. Oh, apparently, apparently nothing.
It
I
wasn't me
had
this
in
time,
here.
folks. It wasn't me.
Yeah, no, I actually looked at it before I came in and it tricked me. I had so I whenever I switched to it, I got might
Hmm.
and healing,
Okay.
I think.
Alright. I was gonna go Superior Sigil of Smoldering to add 10% more to my burn duration, but I went with Superior Fire, so on critical it does a Flame Blast
Okay.
for AoE damage. And what amulet and jewel are you using?
Berserkers on both of those.
Okay, I'm using Rabid, so I've got condition damage, precision, toughness. So my condition damage is 1,223.
Wow.
So it's very high, and it's all about the burning.
Yeah.
Alright, let's talk traits then.
So for traits, I took 10 points in explosives, which makes me create a bomb when I dodge, and then my critical hits inflict burning damage.
Okay, we both have that.
For firearms, I took 30 points, and I've got. You have a chance to gain swiftness on critical hits. I have Juggernaut, which is you gain toughness when wielding a flamethrower, and then you get might stacks every time you. Like when you have it out, it takes might stacks basically.
Mhm.
And then modified ammunition, which is deal increased damage for each condition on a foe when wielding a rifle or pistol.
Okay.
In alchemy, I took 20 points. So elixir skills have an increased regen, so my elixir S can get used more often. And then deadly mixture, which I deal extra damage with flamethrower and elixir gun.
Okay.
And in tools, I have 10 points, which is gaining swiftness whenever I switch kits, basically. So.
Okay. So mine is fairly similar. What I'm running again is the 10 points in explosives for the critical hits inflict burning. I'm running 30 in firearms, which, you know, again, just to go over some of the minor runes, like we said before, you create a bomb when you dodge. The firearms minor one is critical hits have a chance to cause bleeding. So both of us on critical hits have, we're inflicting burning on critical hits and have a 33% chance to also cause bleeding. I have Fire Forge Trigger, which reduces the recharge on flamethrower and elixir gun skills. Then your next minor is Target the Weak. Critical hit chance is increased against foes that are below the health threshold. And the health threshold is 50%. So foes that are below 50%, you have an increased critical chance by 10%. I have Juggernaut as well. Again, the toughness and might stacks. Then your next minor is damage. Target the maimed. Damage is increased against bleeding foes, which if you remember back to our minor, we have an increased chance, or we have a 33% chance to cause bleeding when we crit, and now we do an additional 5% damage to bleeding foes, which again, as you can see for the engineer, who has access to a lot of different ways to spread around conditions, that's... You can almost count on that 5% extra damage, I would say.
Yeah.
And then I am using, because it's all about burninating, Napalm Specialist. Burns you apply lasts 33% longer.
Goodness.
So we're at 33% there, plus 45% from my runes, so that puts me at 78% burn duration.
Wow.
Plus, let's see, do I have condition duration anywhere in here? Condition duration increased by 10% from explosives. So right there, I'm at 88% condition duration.
That's crazy.
So I could have gotten an extra, if I put the sigil of burning in my weapon, I could have had an extra 10%. So it would have been at 98% condition duration, or burning duration rather. And then I did 30 in alchemy. So we've got the minor one, which again, when your health hits 75%, you use an elixir B, which grants you fury, might, and swiftness.
Okay.
And even it says fury, might, and swiftness in the description, but then it also gives you retaliation, but it doesn't list that under
Oh,
the description.
nice.
Yeah. So okay. The next one I have is protection injection. Whenever you are disabled, so that's stunned, dazed, knockdown, knockback, launch, float, sink, or fear, you get protection for 4 seconds. So that's minus 33% incoming damage whenever you're basically disabled in any way. The next minor is incoming conditions have a chance to convert into boons, which there's an 8% chance on that, which, as you can see, we're both going to be inflicting burning a lot. So there's an 8% chance that any of those burns that we're inflicting on each other are going to get converted into a boon. I'm using Deadly Mixture, again, 15% extra damage with a flamethrower or elixir gun. The next minor is you deal extra damage for each boon on you, and the damage is 1%. And again, when we're using a flamethrower, we've got Juggernaut, which is automatically giving us might, so that's a guaranteed pretty much 1% damage we're going to have.
Mm-hmm.
And then my final one is automated response, which might be the difference between you and I. Condition durations are reduced while below the health threshold. So when I'm below 25% health, condition durations are decreased by 100%.
That's a really good one.
So basically what that is it used to, the way that used to be described before they updated that was you're immune to conditions below 25% health.
Mm-hmm.
Which for your normal person is the case. The only reason I think they changed that to be is if you're somebody that did spend all of your time boosting your condition duration and things like that, you would, I think theoretically, if you had like 100, and let's say, I don't even know if it's possible, but you had 150% condition duration. Well, when I was below 25%, it decreases the duration by 100%. So I would still have that remaining 50% of condition on me. But for your average person that's not 100% into condition duration, you're going to be basically immune to conditions, new conditions, below 25% health. So against a Necro or Engineer, that's pretty useful in a PvP scenario because you could basically just laugh at them when they try to put conditions on you. So, yeah, so that's the build. Just out of curiosity, what is your crit chance since we talked about?
49%.
Mine is exactly 49% as well.
All right.
So basically we're at 49%. And I believe it's when our foes get below 50%, our critical hit range goes up by 10. So we'll be at 59% crit range, or crit chance, rather, when our enemy here, so when one of us gets below 50% health. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the build. So I guess, did you have anything you wanted to tweak or change? Just want to give it one more go?
Let's give it one more shot. There's like all this stuff I keep forgetting to do because it's been such a long time since I've played Engineer.
Okay. So yeah, we'll give it one more 2 out of 3, and then we'll wrap this one up.
Cool.
All right. Are you ready, sir?
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right.
I can't see. Barely stand. I'm on fire.
Ah, that was even worse.
Wow, I don't even... What happened?
I don't know.
I'm coming.
Standing.
Oh, rocket boots are probably one of my favorite things in this game.
Wow, yeah, those conditions just like bounce right off you.
Oh yeah, if I'm sustained below... Oh, great, I'm targeting your net turret. Awesome. I'm pretty sure that that wasn't supposed to happen anymore. Didn't they say they were going to get rid of that?
Yes. Yes, they did.
I don't know what happened there, but... Yeah, to kind of, if you wanted to, you know, create any variance with this build, the only thing I might suggest is the extra damage with the flamethrower and elixir gun is pretty good. The only thing I might have done, is this even in this line? Maybe it's not. Never mind. I thought it was. It must be in a different line. Okay, never mind. I thought this was the line that also had the, add extra stuff to the supply crate.
Oh.
Because
I think that's the bottom one.
Yeah, because that was what I was gonna do, was run like 20 and 20, which I think is pretty much what you're doing, right? You've got 30 or 20 in alchemy and then 20 in tools.
I've got 10 in tools.
10 in tools. Yeah, I thought about running something like that, and then, you know, but I'm not really sure how much the extra med kits or whatever you get in there is actually going to do. So completely ignore that.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, you know, honestly, it's been a lot of button mashing, but probably could have had some pretty interesting things using the air blast one that blows projectiles back at your enemy, the 3 skill.
Yeah, there's some pretty fun stuff you can do. Engineers are a fun class to play.
Yeah, I do like them. I just wish they had a little bit more viability and just in the general game. Like, I don't know about in dungeons. I feel like maybe a support build could go a long way.
Yeah, they're okay. I mean, I enjoyed my Engi in dungeons, but
I have 3 engineers. Well, I never play them, but I have 3.
I feel like my ranger is just better for my playstyle than my Engi was in PvE stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I play a guardian in PvE, so just kind of used to kind of face tanking and face rolling a lot of things. And I mean, I haven't even stepped into like warrior that far to get to that point, but I know that that's a thing, you know. So if I was a warrior, I could probably, you know, just roll right through things. I saw a build that had like 33k health and like constant regen for a warrior.
jeez.
So I think I'm gonna build that for World versus World just to have fun. Like, to run into keeps when nobody else is there, just to see how long I can stay alive.
Right.
You know, and they'll be like, "There's a stupid warrior running into here," and I'll just keep running, like try to run through the keep and out the other side. You know,
I don't know. I see warriors get away all the time with their crazy builds.
That's what I'm saying. If I run like mace and shield, right? Then I've got at least...
You gotta run greatsword because you got that spin and the charge. That'll get you farther than anything else will.
Well, yeah, I've got that to go in, but then I've got mace and shield, and that's, I think, probably a grand total of 4 to 5 seconds worth of blocks. And I'm traded so that whenever I'm blocking, any attacks that hit me get reflected back at the user.
Huh.
So, you know, run in, run with the rush, spin, switch to that, and then just block the rest of the way out. See what happens, you know? Especially because people are going to try to immobilize you, and it's going to bounce back and immobilize them, so you can just keep going.
Awesome.
That'll be a video for when we get really bored. Maybe we'll do a CoT versus in WW. See what happens.
Oh, God. Right on.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, now that they're going to update the Obsidian Sanctum with the battle area.
Your team is victorious.
Hey, look at that! We didn't actually play right up to the end for the first time.
I know,
Just
it's
chatted
crazy.
Through it.
It's because that last fight, I went down like a piece of wet paper.
Alright, so we'll wait for the transition to the next one here, and then I think we'll maybe go one more. You ready? Do it one more shot?
Yeah, we'll do one
and
more.
we'll wrap it up. I do like the way... I wish you could customize your it's just, I was gonna say, oh, game client lost its connection to the server.
Okay.
Did that happen to you too?
No.
Nice. All right. Well, that happened to me. So
Does that mean I win this one?
I think that means you win. So I'm stuck hearing PvP music. There we go. Back to the menu. Oh, game client is able to access the login server at this time. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. The match ended, and my game kicked me out for some reason, but we are back. So we're going to give this one more go, see if anything will be different. Oh, don't do that. Didn't mean to do that. Just wanted to scare you. It's like trying to ice the kicker in football, you know, calling a timeout.
Yeah.
You know, just spook you a little bit. Get you on your toes, which really probably did nothing but help you, because now you're like, oh, I'm ready. I know what he's going to do.
Or do I? Maybe it was all a distraction.
Might have been. Stupid Naga. Anyway, okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Alright, let's do it. Ah, that worked, kind of.
Hurts, doesn't it?
My rocket kick.
Uh-oh. Oh, it worked. That's beautiful.
Use a hand over here.
Ah! Got me on that one. Oh, were you blocking at the end there?
I had magnetic shield up, yeah, so that pool bounced back.
Interesting. Alright, well that worked out.
Yeah, well I won one. Yay.
Oh,
That was actually really close though, because
Yeah.
there was one point where if I would have taken that one more tick of burning damage that had on me, I probably would have gone down, but the heal went off in time, thank God.
yeah, and I, you know, and at the end there, I just sat in one of your red rings and put my healing turret down and was like, I probably could have taken 2 steps back
Right.
and then put the turret down, and then I probably would have been okay. Oh well. It happens.
Yeah.
So, alright, that was that. So, thanks guys, again. If you did happen to suggest something and we missed it, I'm sorry. New YouTube pairing with Google Plus is just a pain in the ass for finding anything.
Yeah, it's been pretty awful.
So, I'm sorry. I'll take a look again. I just have trouble figuring out where it is, because, you know, we have all the different emails for, we have the hosts' emails, which is usually the best way to get a hold of us. The hosts at chroniclesateria.com or lagywn at chroniclesateria.com, Bromms at chroniclesateria.com. Those are the best, at least for me anyway, because I get them on my phone. I also have them forwarded to my personal email as well, so I can see both. You know, so I definitely won't miss it. But the YouTube account, I think, is under one of Naveen's emails. Like, her personal email is the Chronicles of Tyria YouTube email. So,
Right.
if you send a response, it'll go to her, and then I'll have to remember to go and log into YouTube, and then again, trying to find comments is just the worst. So,
Yay, YouTube.
yeah, thanks guys, this was fun. Burninating the countryside, and one peasant.
Yes.
A few times.
Look at all his majesty.
So, you know, it is what it is. So, if you have suggestions, as you can clearly tell, we're going to do a profession versus profession, at least till we are done with that. So, you know, we've done, I think, 4 or 5 at this point, or at least 4. So, you know, we still have a few left. We have Mesmer versus Mesmer, and Warrior versus Warrior. But once we finish all of those, then we're gonna be looking for actual, like, interesting topics other than just one profession versus a profession. It'll be like, well, now we did warrior versus, we did every profession versus the same profession. Now let's slowly start. Now you be a warrior and I'll be a guardian, and then I'll be a warrior, or I'll be a guardian and you be, you know, like, go through it that way. We did the one, you know, the 1v1s for this. We'll see, maybe we'll bring in 2v2s or what have you. But for right now, this is pretty much where we're at, unless you guys send us suggestions. So,
Yes.
but yeah, for this next, I don't even know the number, COT versus, I'm lagywn,
I'm Bromms, yeah.
and we will see you guys next time.